Welcome to the DSO Hygienist Podcast. This podcast is for everyone in the DSO space. Whether you're a hygienist, dentist, assistant, or leader, we're here to bring you expert insights, real-world strategies, and conversations to help you thrive. I'm your host, Christine Deal, and together we'll explore how to elevate patient care, grow professionally, and navigate the ever-evolving world of DSOs. Let's get started. You just bought a dental practice. The chart's transferred, the equipment is yours, but the team? That's the part that can make or break everything. I spent 30 years as a dental hygienist, and I lived through a practice transition myself. I know what the team is thinking when a new doctor walks in on day one. At Dynamic Team Transition, I help incoming doctors stabilize their inherited teams in the first 90 days, so you keep the people, the patients, and the production. Visit dynamicteamtransition.com to learn more. Your loan is protected when your team is. Dr. Aman Kaur is a seasoned executive and a DSO industry veteran passionate about driving results through clinical excellence and operational discipline. Dr. Kaur is the founder and president of Women in DSO. She also assists DSOs in various stages of growth. PE groups and VC firms supporting different dental organizations and emerging healthcare companies. In this capacity, Dr. Kaur works with board members and executive team members to develop organizational structure through business analysis. In addition, she helps build financial and operation efficiencies, compliance programs, governance, peer review, training programs, and creates development and growth strategies. Dr. Kaur is an inspirational leader who encourages actions that assist organizations in gaining market share and reputation among dental professionals while being grounded in clinical and financial information that leverages the business. Respected as a credible voice in the industry for her clinical and business decision-making, finding strategic solutions, and building partnerships and alliances, Dr. Kaur is constantly shaping the dental industry. I want to welcome Dr. Aman to the DSO Hygienist Podcast. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Christine, for having me. It's a pleasure, and I have watched you, so I can't tell you how excited I am to be here.
Well, I'm so excited to have you. You're the founder of Women in DSO, and I have to tell you that has enhanced my life, being part of this organization, and it really means a lot to me that you're on the show today. So I just want to thank you personally for being such a great mentor and helping so many women.
When you said that, it just warms my heart. That's what gets me out of bed, and some days are hard running this organization, but that's what it's all about. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Well, you deserve it because, like I said, it has enhanced my life, and I couldn't be more thankful. We're going to get started with the questions. So Women in DSO is celebrating 5 years of growth this year. What originally inspired you to create the organization, and how has the mission evolved as the community has expanded across the dental industry?
I think I've shared the story many times, but happy to share again. We started due to my personal experience, and I saw all the time so many women in dental offices. Then you come to DSOs, and lion's share of work gets done by women executives, women directors. And when you go to the boardrooms or leadership meetings, there is maybe one or two or very, very few women. And I happen to be very fortunate. I've been one of those few women. But once you look around the room, you want representation of your team, your customer base, all those folks there. And that's when, I kept asking that question, hey guys, we got to do something about it. We got to do something about it. But, in life, you can keep asking the question or you can do something about it. So I was very fortunate to get together with a few of my colleagues, friends, Kathleen Titus, one of them, a legend in DSO industry. So we got together and we said, let's just do something about it. And that's how we created Women in DSO.
I love that. So many strong, powerful women in a room together. It's
So awesome. So from
Very,
your
very genuine woman. Kathleen Titus, if anyone doesn't know her, she, I think she single-handedly found DSO industry, and she's a person behind so many successful people.
from your perspective for Empower and Grow this year, what was especially impactful for you?
You know what? It was, I was thinking about it when we started 5 years ago. Yes, we are where we are today, but when we started, everyone came to me and people tried to stop me, negated the need of this organization, why this mission is even important. It was not, I was kind of how I tell myself, I was, I faced a chorus of no. That's when I believe it's when we started originally. And our first conference, 2022 March, right after COVID, it was a big risk we took, and we had almost 650 attendees. And this year, in 5 years, we are almost over 1,000 attendees. That's almost a double attendees, which what shows that it's not just needed; it was very much a gap. And it felt like, yeah, we have made a difference. We had 90 speakers, and out of them, 65 speakers were women executives from around the world. And 5 years ago, when we used to have these summits, I used to hear, we don't have women speakers. We're just finding the best person for this opportunity, the whole 9 yards. But now we had 65 out of 90 speakers were women executives. We found them, and our content is what we are known for. And it's because we have people who do the work come and talk about their work.
So when you look ahead to 2027's Empower and Grow, without giving away too many secrets, of course,
There is no secret.
can you share anything about what attendees might expect from next year?
So next year we are going, there seems to be a little too many conferences, even though ours is very unique. The people who come to our conference are, they don't go to other conferences because we have DSOs bring, on average, a lot of DSOs bring 10 to 50 plus of people. They have been doing a lot of their middle management meetings at Women in DSO. So we do have that luxury of having this targeted audience who don't go to other conference but only come to ours. That keeps it unique. However, we want to continually build our Empower Lounge. That is something I don't know if you have experienced that, where people get their headshots, their color analysis, their elevator pitches. And I've noticed that area almost is always busy throughout the conference. We started it with this intent that if someone is spending $800 to come to a conference, we want to give them 1,500 worth of material back for their next year, for their professional development. So we're going to add few new things there. That's high on our list. We will be having, this year we added debates. So we are going to build on debates next year. And we added insight rooms to women in DSO programs. And that's going to continually be built into our sessions. And we are planning a really big keynote for next year. And we are going back to ARIA. That's where we started. Year one, it was one of everyone's favorite venue. So March 3rd through 5th, always Women's International Women's Day. And yeah, there will be a few more surprises. We haven't worked those through yet.
Yeah, my LinkedIn headshot is from this year's Women in DSO.
Yeah, thank you. I actually see that on everyone's professional profiles here and there. It warms my heart because, it's something so small. We change as we go through different phases of our life. So it's nice to have a fresh headshot and professionally done. So, and ours are not just headshots. It's a lifestyle shots. So we are very lucky to have the photographer we do.
Yeah, she's been great. I think she's been there for a few years, right?
Yeah, she's been there for 3 years now.
Yeah, really like her. So you've built a reputation on hosting events that bring together clinicians, executives, industry partners in such a meaningful way. What do you believe makes these gatherings so powerful for leadership development and collaboration?
It is not just the events, it's our women in DSO culture. If, Christine, you are a member, you have been to maybe some of our networking events, online programs. Anytime I'm there, if people are just doing superficial conversation, I try to break it to get to like, hey, get to the meat of it, be honest about it. And in DSOs, 10, 20 some years ago, we used to think we have a secret. We need to keep it to ourselves. There's no such thing as a secret. It's really, in the end, we are in the people business. We just need to take care of our people. And what works for one doesn't work for everyone. So we have that mindset now, that abundance mentality almost, because 60% of patients are not seeing dentists to begin with. So by coming together, we can only be better. So it's our culture. I truly feel during our advisory board meetings, it's a room full of 50 executive women covering all parts of dentistry, our networking events, and of course, our conferences. In all those environments, we do go out of our way to make sure people are being honest and actually saying what they need versus just a superficial small talk.
Yeah, and you didn't mention it, but the mentorship program
Yeah, I can.
is a big part that I've been honored to be a part of and learn so much from my mentor. So, because that is a central pillar of women in DSOs, why do you think mentorship is so critical in the industry?
Mentorship is critical in any professional area and actually even in personal life, because I was just thinking about this, that even for parenting there are books, but when we go into relationships, there are just no books, and we don't have tools to code our words in a way where they're understood, where they're received. And I've seen people with great admiration for each other, but not being able to receive each other. So our mentorship program is, our mentors have been really, really good, and they are really good about not just staying focused on that financial mentoring, or if someone needs how to do team building or some specific area, but they work with our individuals holistically. And then our mentors have come back cohort after cohort, and they share that they receive just as much back as much they have given. So we are very lucky in that regard. Feel last, I don't remember exactly, but last cohort was almost 70 mentees. That's a large cohort, and we run 3 cohorts a year. So I'm very proud of our mentorship committee and the program they have.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program. It's well worth it to get involved for sure.
Thank you.
As more women step into executive clinical leadership roles within DSOs, what trends are you seeing and how leadership is evolving in the industry?
And there are some women stepping into these senior positions, not as many as we can have, because there are many more talented women. Um, but I feel the work still needs to be done. It takes years to maybe see a little improvement, but then it takes a tiny stroke of pen or something like that to remove that year's worth of work in a moment. So when women are now in the leadership roles, I am seeing them leading with compassion a lot more. And there is a lot more human element. And I think that's essential right now with the way our workforce is looking, the things that are important to them. And there is not enough money to keep giving people raises. And I don't think that's going to keep people around. It's going to be human connection where people feel like I have that best friend at work. And I am really excited to see women using AI a lot more, because women, they have tendency to take on more sometimes. And they, in order to multitask effectively, they are leveraging technology. I've seen better than some of our male peers. So those things are really exciting to see.
Yes, it's always great to have another hand. We always need one as women, I think. So let's talk a little bit about the Lead magazine, a beautiful magazine. This year marks 2-year anniversary. What inspired the creation of the publication? And what role does it play in elevating the voices across the dental industry?
So lead, it's how we started it. Originally, we were just going to do a Women in DSO newsletter. That's what a newsletter became for us. But as what happened is, I learned that, not learn, I experienced a lot of these male leaders from these organizations, very progressive and have been strong supporters of women in DSO. We wanted to make sure they are well represented, their support is shown without uh, taking that space away from women executives. So that was one part of it. And then you will notice our magazine will almost, not almost, but it will never have anyone featured on a cover. We spend additional cost to come up, work with the designers to come up with the designs for the covers. And it's very intentional because it's our industry is not about one person. And it is not, we have a very strong editorial team, though they will work with all the people who want to put any article or writing. I feel like we haven't scratched the surface with our publication yet, so there is more to come. We are launching our program called Executive Edge as a part of our lead magazine, so that's coming in the summer. And it's unfiltered and very honest view of things that we try to put in the lead publication. That's been our goal. And today it goes to over 6,500 DSO executives and dental industry executives. I've seen it on some of our board members. Roman CEO Guillaume's table. We were on a conversation. He's like, got one. So it's a very curated list of readers and who gets to be in it.
So you've been expanding globally, excuse me, Canada DSO Summit. What opportunities do you see with collaboration leadership development across Canada's dental community?
So Canada is a unique country. I'm learning it. It was our second year. We did our second summit. Even though it's large geographically, it's not as populated. And there are two large DSOs. They are, I believe, above 500 or 600 practices, but then the remainder are more in mid-market category. So which means there's a strong market domination by those large DSOs, which to me is a great opportunity because as DSOs are evolving, I want women leaders to lead it, not just inherit it. And we have so much experience in United States. I would love to share that experience with women leaders in Canada and springboard their journey as DSOs are evolving, because that's what happened to women executives in the United States. There is no need to fight DSOs. There was a time DSOs were not everyone's favorite way of dentistry. But over years, we have learned that how good it is for patients, how good it is for the workforce, for dentists, for hygienists. And I want to make sure we pass those wisdoms or insights to other women in other countries. So that's been the reason why we are expanding that, because in the end, it's all about our mission. And then there's so much to learn from Canadian DSOs also. They are doing few things different and better. So we had a few executives who traveled from US to as speakers in Canada, and they have built great relationships now with Canadian DSO executives. And it's just good that we can all learn from each other.
Yeah, definitely. If somebody's doing it better, we don't have
Yeah.
to reinvent the wheel.
Yes, yes. And there is always we feel like we have some secret sauce, but there is always some improvement we all can make.
Now, you have the Global DSO Summit coming up in London. So, what inspired the creation of that event, and why is it important to connect with leaders from DSOs around the world, especially in the UK and the European markets?
Very similar reason. European market, actually in Asia and Europe, there are some markets where there is no shortage of dentists, unlike US, surprisingly. And so we need I think it's good to collaborate with those DSOs, how they are leveraging dentists there. And I just had few preparatory calls with the Global DSO Summit panelists. It was fascinating how much we were learning from each other. We have a DSO All Dent, their chief medical officer, coming in, and I learned that they have almost 20 dentists in one dental office. That is that's a machine if you think about it by itself. So there is so much to learn from those global perspectives. We had another CEO from London. He shared how their outsourcing practices are almost opposite of United States. They outsource their finance services, but keep the call centers in-house. So there were so much. So I just learned so much by being on just those calls. And the reason for us is same. Europe is almost, I would say, 10, 15 years behind United States as well. And there are a lot more women dentists who are owner of practices. So we want to make sure when they are ready to become a DSO or expand and grow, they have resources, they have allies and partners where they could grab their phone and call someone. And you don't have to always touch the fire to know it's hot. You can ask someone sometime.
So, what would you want listeners to know about the impact that women in DSO is having on the dental profession and the opportunities there are to get involved?
Impact for us, I feel like our work has just started. I know it's been 5 years. Everyone thinks we have done a few things, but I feel we have just started. We have the largest global community of dental professionals. So we're very proud of that. And what I want is people to join us as a member. If they are a dentist, a hygienist, a vendor, they are working for a DSO, once you will become part of this community, our commitment to all members is we will do everything possible to springboard your career. We'll open doors. I've noticed our community is so giving and so honest. They all collaborate so well. I've never seen this anywhere else. So that's what I think our impact is. I want to make sure if women, they are going alone, they get stopped at point 2. By coming into this community, they can go to at least point 5. I just want them to go a little farther than they would have gone otherwise. And then once we have so many women advancing, that's when we will see the true impact for the industry. And what I want to make sure people don't understand is it's not about women dominating men. It's just really leveling the playing field, because our male peers are already here, like, way ahead. And then we just need to gender balance the industry. It's not about overtaking or anything. It's just gender balancing. And I want everyone's support. Let's do this. It's going to be good for our industry.
It is definitely good for the industry. I'm just so happy to be involved. So I want to thank you for being on the DSO Hygienist podcast today. I appreciate your time. I know you are so busy. So thanks so much for being on.
My pleasure. It's been a joy to just get this time with you. Thank you.
If anybody if any of the listeners out there want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
Good question. Our website is womenindso.org, and I'm on LinkedIn, and my email is easy. It's my first name, Aman, AMAN, at womenindso.org.
Great. Thank you again. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the DSO Hygienist podcast. Please follow or subscribe to be alerted of new episodes.